You promised me! You promised me this would not happen!
You do not understand.
I do understand!
It started as an ordinary Sunday, the house still and quiet, Mia spending the afternoon at her grandparents'. I searched through Sarah's purse for her car keys, not expecting anything, when my hand brushed against a small box. Condoms. Untouched, shoved into a side pocket. My chest tightened instantly. We hadn't used them since before Mia was born 8 years ago. Sarah was out running errands, and there I was, frozen in our silent home, holding proof that trust had already been broken. 9 years married, countless weekends cheering Mia on at soccer, a whole life stitched together by loyalty, now unraveling. Instead of storming toward confrontation, I reached for the wedding photo on our mantle, the one where we smiled like the world was ours, and I slipped that picture right where the box had been. Weeks of suspicion had been haunting me, Sarah's late nights at work, her phone flipped face down, the way she mentioned Derek, her coworker, trying too hard to sound casual. I wanted to believe it was nothing. But that little box hit me like a punch to the gut. I thought of Mia, of her bright laugh, her trust in both of us. Sarah's choices could crush that in seconds. Placing our wedding photo in her bag wasn't just symbolism, it was a demand. Explain this, Sarah, without spinning lies. I wanted her to confront what she was about to destroy. She came home later, arms full of shopping bags, oblivious to my silence. I waited. After dinner, when she reached for lip balm, her fingers froze on the photo. She pulled it out, color draining from her face, her eyes wide. "Tom," she whispered, trembling. I raised my hand. "I found something in your bag," I said evenly, voice flat but sharp. "Care to tell me why you'd need those?" Her silence screamed louder than anything. Finally, she stammered, "It's not what it looks like." My jaw clenched. "Then what is it?" "Because we sure don't use condoms. Not with each other." Tears streamed as she collapsed onto the couch, confessing it had happened a few times with Derek. She swore it was over. But a mistake tasted like poison. I thought of Mia again, her games, our promises, that photo on the mantle. "You dragged this into our home," I said, pointing at the picture. "You destroyed us." That night I didn't stay. I packed a bag, glanced into Mia's empty room where her stuffed animals watched silently, and drove off to a motel. My phone lit up with Sarah's texts. Apologies. Please. Promises she'd cut him off. I let them sit unread. That wedding photo had spoken for me, shoving her betrayal into her hands without a screaming match. By morning, I dug deeper. Our shared cloud account still carried fragments she thought deleted. Derek's texts, late nights, babe, meetings planned. I saved them, not sure if for a lawyer or as reminders of why I couldn't go back. It wasn't just the condoms. It was the planning, the secrecy, how she came home and pretended to be mine. I swore then I'd shield Mia from this wreckage. Later Sarah showed up at the motel, clutching that photo, her eyes swollen. "I'm so sorry," she cried. "I'll do anything." But my vision stayed clear, I couldn't unsee, couldn't unknow. "You replaced me," I said calmly. "That picture is all that's left of us." She wept, but I didn't move. Her affair had killed our trust. That photo in her bag wasn't revenge, it was her mirror, showing what she'd thrown away. A family. A promise. The next day, I took Mia to her soccer game. Her chatter filled the car, and for a moment the world was light again. Sarah stayed away. Friends sent curious texts, but I kept it private. That single photo had been my quiet strike, making her face her sin alone. I wasn't sure if divorce papers or counseling would follow, but one truth stood solid. I couldn't live beside a woman hiding condoms while wearing my ring. Mia scored, her grin exploding across the field, and I cheered through the heaviness. Sarah had broken me, but I refused to let her break Mia. That photo in her bag echoed the vows she crushed. And no matter where this path led, lawyers, co-parenting, or some unlikely repair, I'd guard my daughter and rebuild myself. Sarah had lost more than she knew. That picture, replacing her secret, would remind her forever. And if you've ever wondered how betrayal feels when silence does the talking, remember this. Love built over years can be destroyed in seconds, but strength is found in the choices we make after. Don't look away from red flags. Don't wait to demand truth. Protect your heart, protect your peace. And if you've made it here, stay with me. More stories like this will show you the raw cost of betrayal, and why facing it with courage is the only way forward.